Hey, Taylor, can you hear me? Yeah, of course. Well, no, I do. I do know you. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hello.
Are you unmuted? Oh my gosh. Do you have spotty coverage? Hello? What's going on? Nothing is going on. But I don't think that you can put that on.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Did you have Brian in the interview? Can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Are you there?
Hello, hello, hello.
Bueller? Bueller?
thought you had a thing of 3.
I do. We're having problems here.
You're a problem.
I do. Okay, why audio isn't working? Oh, it's hard if there's no audio or video. Oh my gosh, how about now?
Hello?
Okay, it was my fault. So my phone was ringing yesterday and Victoria came in and I told her just hit the mute button. So we never unmuted. What?
Jesus.
Right? I know. Were you like, why did she just keep talking? And
I was like, hello, hello.
here, but I'm not. What?
Yes.
So we had Cassandra and Lori say they were coming to on Zoom, and I don't see him yet. So,
What?
And I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I redid my. I don't know if I can spin this thing enough. Here we go.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. See up there?
Not
Those
really.
2
You
white
can't see
boards.
that.
Well,
Yep.
you can kind of see it. Oh,
You
there.
can see there's
the
an
top.
idea of whiteboards, but you can't read them.
Right.
Tiny words. Tiny
Right.
colorful words.
Colorful worlds, right? So the question is, do you have anything that's coming up for buyers or listings that I can put on the whiteboard? The question of the day. And if it's buyers, like, what are they looking for, right? Because I put that as buyers under contract, and then just the price point and the area they're looking. So if usually Jason Oliver will stop by and he's like, hey, do you have anybody who is looking for this, or whatever?
Yeah. My buyers that I'm working with right now, we're looking, our price point is max 400,000.
Okay.
And we're looking in like Southwest Metro. Anywhere from like, even like West Metro kind of, down to, so like anywhere from Plymouth to like Bloomington on the west south side. 3-bedroom minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you say? 400?
400. Yep.
Okay.
That's their max.
Okay. Okay. 3-bed. Anything else that's a deal breaker?
They are pretty picky, so when they know, they know.
Right. Okay. Let me just erase this here.
Oh, they want an attached garage. That's one of the.
No more Dana.
Attached. Sweet. Okay. So, did you have a chance to go over the what's it called? The commission structure plan thing.
I did. So I got that and my listing packet finally completed because
Nice.
I was just sitting here waiting for Marissa, and I'm like, because she's the creative one, artistic and all.
Yeah.
So I spent the whole day, the other day, just doing both of them, getting it done. She'll make it look pretty when she has time, but
yeah,
I think I did an okay job.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I didn't change too much of the commission structure.
Okay.
I really liked how she had it laid out. I did change the blog post thing because I don't have a blog.
Yeah. Right.
If somebody gave you an extra %, would you write one?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
I for sure
I'm
would.
suddenly a blog expert.
I will figure out how to blog, people. That's what I'm doing.
it's an interesting, we just got out of growth coaching, and, you know, those are, you know, bumping up against top 20 or top 20% agents. And each of them has and they've been talking also within the ALC, that there's a number of listings that agents have where price reductions are a real possibility. And, you know, obviously that's going to depend on price and, you know, where it's at and those kinds of things, but things are shifting, and we've been saying things are going to shift and all that kind of stuff, but it's a thing. And the challenge that you have from the other side, if you're working with buyers, I think you've got to be 100% with them all the time, that, you know, for you, it might seem as a buyer a great thing that prices might be starting to take some reductions. And that's true, that is going on. At the same point in time, just about every time the price goes down, your banker is going to call and tell you your mortgage interest rate went up.
Right.
And you're not winning by waiting.
No.
You know, essentially what you have to do is just, you got to do what's right for you and just proceed as though none of this was happening. Because you're not, people who make way more money than us can't time the market effectively. You're definitely not going to do it.
Right.
So what you need to do is find a house you like, make an offer, make the best offer you can, and win the offer so that you don't have to worry about it going up or down. And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the payments. If you can afford the payment, then it doesn't really matter whether it goes up $10,000 next week or goes down $10,000 next week. You're making payments, and that's the end of the discussion. Whether your interest rate is this or that or whatever it is, you know. So
because you need a place to live, right?
Yeah.
And it's either that or renting, right? And
that's 100% interest.
Right. And when people get all bent out of shape, it's like, okay, well, let's slow your roll, think this through here, right?
So yeah, they were just talking about a couple, you know, there's a couple who said, well, you know, we're going to wait a month, see if prices go down, because we're starting to hear prices are going down. Wait a month, and the Fed has already told you, they've already said they're going to raise your interest rate. So you're losing this game. You're literally losing.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not getting anything out of it. I mean,
so, you know, and again, that's just part of the being the professional and the professional conversation from an expectation standpoint about what to expect and what you're seeing and what you know. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be your firsthand knowledge. Like I remember back in '68 when people rode dinosaurs to work, this happened. But you know what? I've been talking with the agents in my office. I see what's going on. I'm talking with the other people and professionals in the business, and this is what's happening.
Right. Absolutely.
So if you get a listing, it might not sell the same weekend.
Well, I sure hope it does.
Well, sure. That'd be the way to have it happen.
Because I'm going to write a blog about it. So it's definitely.
Well, if you're getting that extra percent, you better make it a good blog.
Yeah.
1% blog.
And you did showings for Tony, right?
I did. Yeah. And it was so funny. I worked with her client. We used to work together. We're both audio engineers.
Oh my God.
I was like, how the hell are you not my client?
It's Tony's a monster.
Yeah.
How the hell are you not my client? What is going on here? Yeah, she said that they put in an offer and it was super strong and they didn't get it. And it was like, good gravy. I mean, she told me all the things they did and is like.
The place we saw that he liked was so picture perfect. Like, and it was at a nice price point, you know, in the cities and like a pretty decent area. When we saw it, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a tricky one to get.
Yeah.
And he had like, you know, even like, I think, did she tell you like a $10,000 like appraisal gap or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said he pulled out all the stops and She's like, he's like super. He's like, what do we do? Right? Tony's like, I don't know. I thought that was the answer. So, yeah.
Well, I know that he's not like inept as far as like fixing things. I guess he told me he worked for like a company at one point that remodeled or did flips. So, you know, he could probably find some more of a fixer upper. And some of them, you know, we made some pretty good fixer up plans.
Sure.
But he saw the nice one and was, I think, a lot more attractive.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Who wants to do a fixer up?
Oh,
Not this
I do.
Good for you.
As
He's a
soon as
working
it's
guy.
not a fixer upper, I'm bored.
As soon as it's not a fixer upper, I'm home. That's how I know whether it's home or not. What work needs to be done here?
Right.
Oh, I'm out.
I'm out of here.
Did you just say work? No.
No.
I do that somewhere else where I get paid.
Right. So we in the second group today, we're going to be going over how to get all of this stuff into Command. And as far as opportunities and paperwork and everything. And you're pretty secure on that, right? Because you've had 2. And I'm not sure if you saw the thing at the team meeting, but Matt mentioned that as soon as you have a transaction go accepted, right? Like either side, that's when you want to do your request for your commission, because then that tells him that we have, that you have that you have something going on, right? Otherwise, if you wait, he doesn't know, and then it kind of hard to project stuff.
Sure.
So, yeah. I don't know. The other thing I was going to talk about was MREA. Is there anything you want to talk about? Maybe it's pretty much group coaching for you. So
yeah. Wow. They didn't make it, huh?
No, they didn't come on.
Oh,
They usually come late, but
Cassandra was on growth.
Oh, was she?
For a while and then disappeared.
Yeah.
I managed to get on even though I was in the shower.
Right. Put it on speaker. Hello. My daughter is
annoying.
Ambassadors for Business. What is that?
I got a text today. And that sounds exciting, like I'm some kind of important person, but it turns out. Hello, Jason. I'm Kevin. I am interested in your home at 17290 Hibiscus Avenue. Are you looking to sell? Text back and we can discuss options.
Ooh, you should see what they have to say.
I did. I texted back. I said, damn, golden text, bro.
Are you not on the DNC?
No, I'm not, because it would be troublesome from a business thing, right? Oh, sorry, looks like I have the wrong number. Just confirming you're not related to the property, or are you? Who is your broker, Kevin? Then he goes on, I'm part of a group of investors who buy properties in the area. We buy, rehab, and then sell the homes we purchase. We like to work with sellers on their timeline to ensure a fast, hassle-free close. Are you interested in learning more about our process? And I just said, thanks for your interest. If I decide to sell, I'll list it myself.
Hey.
You tricky.
Or a couple people probably.
Yeah. It's a tough thing. Oh, there's Cassandra. See, she's here.
Cassandra, how are you? Are you with us?
Good, I'm here. Hi. Yeah, no.
Shortly, are you here?
I'm just I'm juggling some things, but I am here.
Juggling. We were just talking about we were talking about most recently Jason just got a golden text. So from
no, not a lead. It was somebody. I was the lead.
Who's your broker?
Who is your broker,
Kevin?
Buddy?
And he doesn't say anything.
No, he doesn't answer.
Nothing. We aren't going there. We are being super obtuse. So
interesting thing that I just read on our Facebook page. Hi everyone, Juneteenth June 19, is a federal holiday as of last year. And this year it is observed on Monday, June 20. We have a closing and just learned that the lender and bank will not fund that on that day. Just wanted to give you a heads up.
Oh, good to know.
New holiday on your calendar if you weren't familiar, and that might affect things. So
June
19th is the day, but the federal holiday is observed on the 20th.
I just updated that, and no one has closings on the 20th in PC.
Luckily,
so
10, 15, 16.
Cassandra's got one the 20th of July, but not the June. So
July.
Yeah, I think I have one the 1st of June and then the 20th of July, but God willing, that'll get moved up significantly in the next week or two.
June 10.
Oh, DeSoto says June 10th. Is it the 1st?
Yeah.
Oh, let me change my board. Do you have any, I was just talking to Taylor about it too. Do you have any buyer needs that you want me to make note of, or any listings that you have in the works that I can put on my whiteboard, my brag board for you?
Wait, were you asking me or Taylor?
You.
Oh, I put all my stuff into the coming soon and the buyer needs on the online one that they went over today in the 11 o'clock meeting.
All right, I can go in there.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's fine. I have a listing. I have a listing coming up on Monday, the 23rd. So it's coming soon right now. And then I have a buyer needs. This buyer has been wanting specifically like Carver Bluff area in Carver. It can only be a brick exterior.
Oh,
it's a whole thing.
Oh my
It's
God.
a whole thing. Yeah.
It's like the Three Little Pigs. I need a brick house.
Yeah.
You know, if I was a little pig, you know what I would build my house out of?
Oh God. Bacon.
Wolf skulls.
Wolf skulls.
Because you build your house out of wolf skulls, and that next guy who comes up to huff and puff is going to have a whole separate idea about how this is going to go.
I'd build my house out of that anyways. That's kind of my style.
I'm gonna just put down brick house because I like that song. Okay. And then Cassandra, your listing, when does it go active?
Monday, May 23rd.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, and Cassandra, did you get to do the commission structure?
I haven't done a thing. I literally have been like embedded on this guy with listing his home.
Okay.
In like a week. I'm like, you gotta get a dumpster. You gotta throw away. Like you gotta declutter. You gotta clean. Oh, by the way, here's a bunch of paperwork. Sign it. Yeah, no. So I have not done the commission breakdown.
Okay, so I would say as a, like, just print it out and just start crossing stuff off that you don't want to do and write in what you do.
Okay.
And then have that next week.
Okay.
And we'll talk it over. Oh my God. And Taylor, I have right here for you. This is my daughter's graduation party invitation. So even if you don't get into the office, you're invited, and it's June 5th. And Cassandra is super special. She got 2 invites. So
wow.
One of each. I know, right?
Yeah. And they were differently designed. So I was impressed.
Right? I know. I don't know how the crap that happened, but because I don't know. I'm really on the ball. We'll put it that way.
You mean you didn't make your daughter make all of them and write them all out?
But she didn't write them out, but she
have to do the thank you letters,
she went
right?
on, oh my God.
What a
whoa. She went on Shutterfly and designed them, and she did one with her horse and then with one without, because she's like, I don't want to give my friends the one with the horse on it. And I'm like, she's like, that's weird. Like, I don't.
Yeah, because your friends, they'd see that horse and be like, oh my God, is a horse graduating?
People have said to me, is Pip coming to the graduation party? I'm like, yeah. Yep, at Redwood in Apple Valley. We're just
Gonna be a
The pool, right next to the pool.
Swimming pool full of apples. The Star Wars Bobs.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
I would definitely be there if that's valid.
See how much fun this just became?
Oh my God.
If
No.
this doesn't work out, I'm party planner.
Yeah. This is going to be my
Horses
next job.
bobbing for apples. Me and Blake. I'm gonna get Blake involved. I think we're gonna have a grand time.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking something else when I think horse apples.
Oh,
Oh, that's a crappy comparison.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk about, because we haven't done this in a while, let's talk about MREA. So how much have you guys read? Be honest. How far are you?
6 pages. And that was a couple months ago when I was falling asleep.
let's just say it's not great. And I don't have the book. I have it on Audible.
Oh, I should get it on there.
You should, if you come, when you come into the office, Cassandra, I'll sneak you a paper copy. Because we give them away now for onboarding. And
I got to get me a paper copy.
yeah,
Just
you guys-
keep in mind, if Jess is willing to just, drop her pants on the books,
Wow.
there's a solid chance that she'll do the same with your house if she lists it. So don't list with her. Your money is at stake.
This escalated quickly.
Oh my God, I'm hot because I'm sweating because I'm laughing so hard. Okay. So, well, let's go over the fundamentals. What they really talk about the most is the 3 L's. Do you guys know what those are? Not loser.
Live, laugh, love.
You know you're a real
No.
estate agent if you think those are, having seen that on every wall of every home
Right.
you've been in. Next to
One
the
is
wooden
leverage,
ampersand. None of
Wrong.
them say welcome to Pound
Is
Town.
it listings?
Oh
That's the one that wins.
We were at Red Day last week and he goes, oh my God, I meant to send this to Tina and I sent it to Olivia. And it's a picture of a bedroom. And then above the bed, it says, welcome to Pound Town.
Oh no.
It's a listing in Wisconsin.
It was on the MLS.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh,
Welcome to Pound Town. But there are 3 L's. There are 3 L's.
oh my God. And what are they? Do either of you know?
Name an L. That is
Leverage?
Leverage, yes.
I thought it was
Is it
British.
listings? Is
Leverage.
listings one of them?
Listings.
And the third one is, oh gosh, it's been a minute, but I've read it.
41.
Oh, 41.
What's
Yep.
on the top of page 41?
What do you need to have in command?
Leave.
Until you have
Leads.
enough leads, there is simply nothing else that matters.
There's no other issue.
There's no other issue. That's it. That's the issue. Leads.
The issue is you don't have enough leads. And whenever I think of Cassandra and leads, I think of her standing at the townhouse, just throwing her postcard in everybody's mailbox illegally.
I did it. I did it.
Need leads. Gotta get
It's
the
like-
leads, bro.
I came back. I was so excited. I was like, dude, you can just go to like townhouse developments. I've been looking at where they're all located and I just put it in their mailbox. I mean, they're all lined up. It's easy peasy. It's that. And then I'm like, wait, this is illegal.
It's only a federal offense.
I mean, just if you get caught, right? Like,
Right. I mean, how are they going to know you did it?
I mean, I did put it in a door hanger bag and hung it on the mailbox, not actually put it inside, but
Oh.
still.
well, I feel like,
Mhm.
it's,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
the newspaper thing, you can do that.
No.
But you can
If they have a newspaper slot.
yes, you can
Yes.
put it in the newspaper thing, but you can't hang it from the red flag. You can't like paste it on top of the
Or
Yeah,
have
I
it
thought I was a
handled.
genius.
right. Well, you got something from it, didn't you?
Sure did.
You sure did.
You can
Yeah.
hang it from the door handle. You just have to walk a little further.
A little. She was getting 100 done at one time.
Instead of Yeah, just a little further.
Little further.
We're optimists here, my
Right.
friend, optimists. So leads make sense, right? I mean, we know what the point of, I mean, leads, that's it. That's the foundation of your pyramid. But listings, why are listings important? I mean, I think you know, but why?
Two-sided. You can get
Potential for two sides. That's a huge one.
double deals. They take less of your time.
Take less of your time.
They're more lucrative.
Do you remember how much less time they take?
Is it 40% less? Or wait, it was like 80 hours for an average buyer or something?
It's
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
Or-
like 40 hours for a buyer,
Okay, 40.
10 for a listing.
Yeah.
So much less.
so
And then
yeah.
you can get more transactions, right? If you do an
Mhm.
open house, you can get, I mean, I think they say the average is 2 deals per listing is
Mhm.
what you can get.
So it just ends up being a whole, I mean, that's where the business is. And ultimately why in the long run, if you're in command and you go down the left side, you have all those little applets, you know, tasks, contacts. You have one for listings, but there isn't no applet for buyers. That's not an applet. That ain't a guy
That isn't a
that
thing.
gets a thing. And ultimately, when you think about expanding your business, which, you know, maybe not today or tomorrow, but as you think about expanding your, ultimately, you had someone to do showings long before you have somebody else, you know, as a full agent. You're typically looking at a showing agent or a showing specialist, depending on your scope and your business, long before you're thinking about a full agent.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Because you do that then you're spending your time generating listings and then shuffling all the showings off onto this poor gal. We'll call her Amy for the purpose of this discussion.
We'll call him Taylor.
Yeah, that feels real.
You know what? No, and then, but on the other side, you know, I'll go through this. When Kelly started, she was a showing specialist for Janie's home team, who, you know, who does business with us. And that's where she got her start. And ultimately, many of those clients work with her now because, you know, she built a great relationship with them. And, you know, I think the rules out there, you know, people move every 5-6 years. You know, she's now been in the business long enough that those people that's a thing.
Right.
So, you know, you got to start somewhere. And the neat thing about that is if you can get into that kind of role, you can build rapport with folks and ultimately build your business where you've got a little less out operating without the net so much.
Yeah. Right.
Different way to look at it. And then there's the other third L. That's my favorite one. No, it isn't.
Leverage.
Yeah, I like leverage, but it ain't my favorite one. Leads.
No.
It's all about the leads.
Leads.
Leads. But leverage is good because, well, it's what Orlando Bloom says in Pirates of the Caribbean when he gets him out of prison. He's got to use the leverage. And that's a great example because most of the time you're in prison until you learn leverage. And once you learn leverage, then you can get out of prison and start doing stuff for yourself or stop doing stuff for yourself and start having other people do it because you have value. And at a certain point, as you're becoming good at this, there are things that you have that you're very good at, and you should do those things and double down on the things you're good at, and the things you're not good at, you start having other people do them and paying them to do them because your time is valuable and worth money. And the results you produce may not be as good as the value you can get by spending it some money.
I give you an example of leverage that I just figured out in my own life.
No. Oh, yes, you can.
Wait,
I didn't
okay.
understand the question.
Okay. So I like gardening and I like planting and I don't like my
You like big gardening?
back aching. Right.
Mm.
And I'm
You
like
big gardens?
big gardens. I have a really big garden.
So you like big gardens?
Yeah.
Do you lie?
Yeah.
Okay. So you like big gardens and you lie?
No, I don't lie.
Okay, so you cannot lie. But you like big gardens.
Oh my God. Where is this going? Okay, keep going.
If you don't know where this is going,
It's not gardens, it's butts. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, we have a giant rock wall, and I was like, I don't want to deal with any of these sapling trees that are growing out. And so I was like, well, maybe I could do, like, first I'm like, I'll get TaskRabbit, right? So I look him up, and the guy who's done a ton of yards is $85 an hour. And then TaskRabbit adds on an additional 26. So it's over $100 an hour. And I was like, what in the hell? Right. So then I'm just like, I'm just thinking it's out there. And all of a sudden Tenley goes, hey, do you want to, because I was showing her, she's like, do you want to just hire my guy? He does my yard for like $30, mows it. And I was like, how much does he charge? He's like in high school. Right. And so last night he's like, yeah, just send me a picture. It's generally a $300 minimum, and for big jobs, and it's 17 to 20 bucks an hour. Like, that is totally worth it, right? And I'm supporting some kid at the high school, right? And I don't have to do it, right? And that is, and that's the thing, is like, in the past, it's like on me, right? Like, it's a weight, right? I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this done. And then I don't have time. And then I'm, and so it's the same as with your business. Like, what is it that you don't like to do? And you're like, you know what, if I could find somebody for 15 bucks an hour, I would hire them and have it be done. And I feel like I told you guys this before, but maybe I didn't, that my daughter's getting her license. And I told her, you should just be, because Jason gave me the idea, you should just be like a concierge and just do whatever for people. Like, make a list of what you can do and then talk to them and then go do it. Right. Because she can put lock boxes on. She could put stuff at the house. She, you know what I mean?
Signs out.
All the things. Right.
Who wants to do that?
Shoot, she could put out the signs for the open house. Like, who wants to do that? I hate doing that. Right. And I'm like, she goes, why isn't there an agent at your office that does that? I'm like, I don't know, but how about you just run with it? Right. So that's the thing is it may feel like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't want to put, like, I feel like I should do that, or I don't want to have to pay for that. But like Jason Herkamp always says, how much are you worth per hour? Are you worth $15 an hour? No, you're worth much more. And so your time should be used doing lead gen, right? Not putting out.
So one of the challenges though about leverage is also though understanding that leverage into leisure isn't the answer.
Right.
I mean, that's not the financial answer anyway. I mean, if you really need a break, then yes, that's a whole different thing. But paying somebody to do something so you can sit on the couch and watch Netflix, that's not leverage. That's a whole different set of things.
That's a different problem.
But let's be real. I mean, there are times when, you know what, I just really need to take some downtime. I mean, it's worth it to pay somebody, but not everything is leverage in that way. On the other hand, so, with Kelly's team, we have an assistant who's fantastic. And in order to get her doing more things that she's great at, we actually are using a transaction coordinator. And most people are like, well, isn't that what your assistant's for? That's not what she's a star. It's not that she can't do it, but her time is more valuable to us in generating leads ultimately. And her marketing and stuff like that is more valuable. So it's worth it for us to do that. And unfortunately for Jess, I have a daughter too, and she does all the golden letters at our house now that it's summer. Yeah. So, a whole pack of golden letters get done by some kid who, who knows where I don't even want to know where she took them to get them done, but they're done.
Oh yeah. My daughter did that too. She's like, Mom, I got somebody else to do the golden letters because I didn't have time.
I leveraged them.
What? She goes, yeah, I'm paying her $12 an hour.
I'm making 3 on the deal. It's leverage.
3. She's like, I mean, I'm a referral. I'm referring her business so she can pay me. I'm like, amen.
That is the whole leverage chain. And as long as the quality is in place, that's what you're concerned about, right? I mean, and so that's why those three things are important. And if you're in the real estate business and you say, hey, all right, I'm going to leverage this out because it's not something I'm great at. That does, like I said, that doesn't translate into leisure. Right. That translates into, I'm not good at that, so somebody else is going to do it. Instead, I'm going to do what I am good at, and that's focus on listings, generating leads, what have you.
Right, right. Absolutely. Okay, let's go on to myth understanding. So there's, in his book, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, there's 6 myths. And so, have we gone through this? I don't feel like we did. We did this in the other group. Okay, so I'm gonna say them, and then you're gonna remember, or what, did you say it and I said that?
Well, let's just start them out. Okay. You say words, and we'll figure it out. Okay,
so myth number 1: I can't do it. I can't do it.
You know, and that's a tough one because we've all been there. We've all taken that moment, had that thing come up, and sometimes we've chosen to give up on ourselves and sometimes we haven't, you know, but typically when you're confronted with something difficult, like, all right, I understand the leverage thing, and I don't have enough business to warrant bringing on an assistant. I can't do it. I can't afford it. I can't, it's not a thing. And we'll get to some of those others more wrapped in there, but I can't do it. You know what? I can't make calls. I can't make cold calls. You can't?
Or you won't.
Can't? I mean, that's such a defeatist word. And so one of the things I always talk about anytime somebody says can't, for me, and if I, you know, in a coaching scenario, first off, you just be wise. Don't ever tell your coach you can't do something.
Yeah.
If you've ever been in a classroom setting with a coach anywhere and said, I can't do something, if the person didn't like open up a can of whoop on you, you don't have the right person in front of you, because it's not that you can't. Let's just be honest with the situation. Unless you're like me, I can't be an NBA star. But that ship has sailed. But if we're talking about something that's realistic, I can't do it is not the right answer. It might be that I can't do it yet. Like I don't understand it. I don't learn it. I haven't learned enough to be successful. I need to learn more things, or I need to practice more to get good enough so I can do it. So I'm a big believer in I can't do it yet. And until you give it an effort, you really don't know what you can or can't do. And the other question I would pose if I were to hear I can't do something is, if you had no food on the table or in your cupboards and no money to buy food, and somebody gave you the option to do the thing, could you do it then? Because if you could do it then, you can do it. You just don't want to do it. And that's a whole different set of things. And that's okay to say in a very different way than I can't do it.
Right. So it says here, the truth is, until you try, you can't possibly know what you can or can't do. Right. Okay. Number 2, I hear this.
Oh, no, you don't.
I hear this. It can't be done in my market.
That's the same thing as I can't do it, except I'm just adding a qualifier.
Right.
Right. I can't do it in my market. What does that even mean? That means I haven't tried it. I don't know it. It's worked for, it hasn't worked for other people. It's still the same set of problems where you're just trying to defend something that you really haven't given an honest shot.
Right.
And a great example that we talked about with Sarah, and one of the things that Sarah did in Arizona, there's a listing company that lists their house, and they're used to make this this offer for immediate response. And their offer was, we'll sell your home in 72 hours. Well, right now that's silly. Who can't sell a home in 72 hours? I mean, if you have, it takes you more than 72, you should be fired. But what they did is they said, no, we're still all about 72 hours. That's our logo, that's our slogan. But what we're going to do is we have a 72-hour plan to list your home, and that includes 1 4-hour showing. That's it. It's an open house. That's the only time people can visit this house.
Right.
And that's it. And what we want to do is have a big feeding frenzy. It's a big open market. And as soon as I brought that up to somebody here, somebody said, well, where do they do that? And I said, Arizona. Oh, well, that can't be done in our market. Or you haven't tried it yet. Because what Sarah did is said, you know what? I've got the perfect client for that idea. And they're on the fence about how they're going to do this. So I'll give them this idea.
Right.
And say, here's how I can do this for you. She goes and does that. They'll say, okay, yeah, that actually sounds like it's super workable. So she gets it set up, gets the whole thing set up, lists the house, and they get an offer before they even do the open house. Never even makes it to market. So at the end of the day, it can't be done in my market. We still don't really technically know.
So she didn't have the open?
She never even had to have the open because the offer came in before that, because the person looked at it, the potential buyer looked at it and said, I don't want to be in that bidding frenzy. I'd rather just make the offer now and close it up.
Yeah.
So can't be done in my market is just
right.
Can't be done with a qualifier. That's not true.
So wasn't this in a coming soon status?
Yep.
So you can put in an offer on a coming soon status without seeing it?
Yes. It's sight unseen.
Huh.
You can't show it. They can't see it. You can offer on it.
And the seller can accept it without it being active as well.
Yep. It just goes straight into like pending inspection or pending.
Say that again?
It would just go from active, inspection or pending.
Okay. So what if you had a coming soon status? Somebody wanted to look at it. It was coming soon for a while. Likely longer than it should be, but somebody's seen it. They wanted to get in. They wanted to look at it. Obviously you can't because it's in coming soon. Could you technically put it TNAS or temporarily not available for showings, show it, and then switch it back to coming soon?
No, because you just switched the status to temporarily not available for showings.
Right. And you can't move from a coming soon. Like the only status that you can change from coming soon is to active. There's no other status that it can be.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you certainly can't show it in a temporarily not available for showings.
Right. They'll see that and flag it and be like, what are you doing?
So what is TNAS typically used for?
After there is an accepted offer, you can put it in TNAS, or you can do it if something like happens to the house and it's like a water leak or something.
Yep, that actually happened on one of Kelly's listings last month.
Yeah.
I feel like you would use it more for that versus accepting an offer, because if you accept an offer, it's probably going to be, it's either pending or contingent on something that you would change it like that instead, right?
Yeah, well, HHG puts it into TNAS because it stops the days on market. So you don't keep collecting days.
Oh, and, yeah, that's a good idea.
The only problem with that is that then your inspector can't get in. So then you have to dink around with, oh, how do we get him in? And how does he request it? And then how does the appraiser get in? How does he request it? Because they're like, well, it says TNAS, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's cash, it doesn't matter, right? And if they have no inspection, then that's fine. You just have to be aware if you are doing that, you're going to have to figure out how to let those people in.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
I learned that the hard way. I was like, oh, how are we getting you in? Whatever. Okay, here's the next one. It would take too much time and effort. I would lose my freedom.
Time and effort.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you deciding to do this or not? That's your freedom.
Right. And it says the truth is time and effort are not the deciding factors in success. Right. So, you know, when you decide that you're going to be doing real estate, you don't go, well, that's going to take too long. I guess I won't do that. Right. Like, how do you even know?
You don't know how much time and effort it's going to take until you've done it. And on top of that, if you're not committed to giving it your best or your best, yeah, you're not committed to giving it your best effort, then that's just silly. But it might be a question that might be better answered by, I don't have the skills or the technique to this, so I need to consider leverage. I need to consider something else. But that doesn't mean you don't do the idea. It just means
Right.
I need to do something else or a different way
Right.
or leverage. Because it would take too much time and effort to address 350 envelopes and put a stamp on them and sign my name to it when I can pay somebody else $15 an hour to do it.
Right. And look at what my daughter texted me at 3:38. It was like she could hear us. She says, "Can you get me work?" What a numbnut. So if any of you have work for Olivia, let me know.
Does she do decks?
Like installing them?
Yeah.
Well, I need one of those, so I'd pay her to do that too.
There you go. We got 2 jobs.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd pay you to take the weeds out of the yard. I'm not doing that. You'd get $20 an hour.
I need a menu of services.
I don't. It would take too much time and effort. I would lose my freedom. That's what she tell me.
So can she have access or get into like Schneikes? Yeah, she wouldn't be able to get into the MLS to get on Remine.
She can get into the MLS under her own login because she has an admin login because she works at the front desk.
Okay.
So she can go that route and she can get into Remine that way.
Yeah, if you wanted her to generate a list for you, she absolutely could.
So I already have some lists and I was trying to figure out a way. I know that we did this last week, Jason, and we were trying to figure it out. And I don't know if it's going to work anyhow on iPad, but I was trying to figure out a way that I could even just get it like set, like saved to send over like my export list to send to her and just say, hey, can you send off an email to all that, like, you know, a mass email, because I can't do it on mine either. And even when I did try, it only lets me do like 20 at a time. So then trying to go back and see where it cut off, it's just a whole mess. So I was going to try and have her do that. And then after she does all of that, after she sends the email that I want her to send to everybody, then I want her to put it into my command or whatever, where you can, you know, match it up like you were saying, Jason, or whatever, for like the for like the contact, the number, like all the info that you get from it. It's just a pain in the butt because of what I have, that if she could do that, I would much rather just do that. But for me to be able to send her the list, the exported list, is the problem right now. If that makes sense.
Can you, what's it in? What's it saved in? Numbers?
No, I can't get it to save in like numbers and sheets and anything. The only thing that it's saved in, that it's sitting in, is my cards in Remine.
Got it.
I'm so sorry, Taylor. You always have to listen to my problems.
No, I literally am learning along with you, so taking notes.
Well, I mean, the thing that you could do, like you know, like it's not ideal, would be like have her log into your MLS, get them out, and then log out, and then do whatever she needs to do.
Okay, I'll play around with that idea.
But the other thing too is when, like, the next time you're in the office, if you logged in and we got it on my computer, we could download it on my computer or anybody else's, right? Like if you have somebody else, like your mom's computer or something like that, if you can get it downloaded from that, because if it's on Remine, it's on anybody's, I mean, it's on the web, right?
Yep.
So it's just getting it downloaded
email
that
it
way.
Yourself from that computer, and then you've got it in a different format.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And I was actually going to do that later on today, is actually do it on on my mom's computer and just be like, screw it. I'm just going to log in quick, have this saved in a way that I can send it off. And even if I were to do the own email myself, I mean, it takes 2 seconds, right? To copy and paste once I have that list, put it in on somebody's like normal computer, not my iPad. Yeah. But what I don't, and I'm sure it doesn't take long at all to put all of that into command too, to set it up. but because I haven't done it yet, it's just one of those things where I kind of want to just pass it off to her.
Right. Yeah, and then in the future you can say, okay, I need you to do this neighborhood in Belle Plaine, and then it's done, right? You don't have to do anything else because she'll know how to do it in Revine.
Right. Okay.
So, Amy, are you there? Are you what is it I say? Auditorily challenged?
That sounds crazy. Auditorily challenged.
Auditory learner. Okay, yeah. So Cassandra, bring your commission structure next time. And Amy, if you can hear me, you can bring yours too.
Perfect.
Let's see if you're okay. And then what we'll do is, oh, it's not letting you unmute. Okay. We will go over the next part of the book, which is, we'll finish the myth understanding, because we're on 4. And then if you guys can read the next one, which is called Think, it's up to page 97. So we're just going to go through MREA until we get to the page 150 or so, because then it starts talking about teams and stuff. But it's just one of those important things that we want to keep.
It's the foundations
revisiting
of our business, and it's the foundations. We talk about systems and models, and we get caught up in things that really aren't that important. And it's very clear when we follow the systems and models that someone who has already been successful mapped them out, found other successful people, got together and said, what does this look like? What is it? This is how you run this business. We'd be doing you a disservice if we weren't spending time talking through the actual manual to being successful in real estate, because that's what it is.
Right. Ooh, Amy, I think you're unmuted.
I think so.
Hey, there you are.
Because I was driving and
safe
now
mode.
I parked. So
your phone's like you're moving. You can't do that.
Yep. Don't touch. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah. So did you get to work on your commission structure at all?
I have not.
Okay. So if you can work on it in the next week, and what I told Cassandra, it was just print it out and cross out the stuff that you don't want to do and just handwrite what you want to do, right? It doesn't have to be anything major, right? And when we talked about it, it was well, there were some things on there that would be, good to add. And so today, our home warranty guy, Peter Jackson, came in for the team meeting. He's the sponsor, and he talked about more stuff that is really helpful, right? So anyway, okay, so what was I going to tell you? I gotta look at my phone. What do we got coming up? Are you back okay?
Yeah, I'm old.
Spasming back. So
Red
next
Day took it out of my back.
Red Day. So next,
I'll be in the thing next week.
What thing?
Spar has got me finally got their hooks on me.
Oh my God. Okay, so we will be meeting at 3:00 next week, and I'm just looking here quick. I forgot to send out the email, our weekly email. Irene's like, you never sent that out. I'm like, it's Wednesday. I'm not going to do it this week. Yeah. Okay. That's everything, guys. Amy, you have a closing 6:15. Is that accurate, the date?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, perfect. And your other buyers, where are they looking? I'm putting it on my whiteboard so that if anybody comes in and says, hey, you got a buyer?
Ideally Northfield. I did put it on the buyer's needs. Okay. We are actually meeting with her name's Carol, but she works with Schmidt Builders or whatever.
Okay.
They're looking. and I don't know, is this who you're related to? I talked to Paul Ryland as well.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
Okay. Super helpful. It just might be a little out of my buyer's price range. But
yeah, they're custom, so they're kind of pricey.
Yeah, so we're just trying to we're meeting next Monday with this Carol, somebody, I think she's with Coldwell Banker, but she's the agent that handles, like, there's part of these Schmidt homes that are part of an HOA.
Okay.
So she handles like all of those. They're like detached townhomes.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Well, so in other words, yeah, I keep looking in Northfield for them.
Right.
So
yeah. In Northfield is like do they have to be like in Northfield School District?
No school, it doesn't matter. They're
okay.
going to be retired. So like Dundas.
Okay.
They'd be, I've tried to, just because of talking with the builders, they have said that, you know, it might be cheaper to build in Faribault. They haven't really bought into that yet. So
yeah, it for sure would be, but yeah.
So
hey, I got it on my board.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
And I'll keep adding it every week to the
yeah, right. Yeah.
To the buyer's need thing.
Right.
So
awesome. It was good to see you guys.
Yeah, you too. And then Jessica, I will just call you when I leave. Does that work for tomorrow?
Yeah. Yep.
And I won't be on Zoom. Can I just call your
that's
Google
perfect.
Voice or whatever?
Perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
Ninja is saying goodbye.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye, Cassandra.
Wax on, wax off.
Peace out, Girl Scout.